Urbano, you are in the comedy area. What time do you go on? 3:30? No, what time do you go on? What time is it?
Well, I'm just going to wander.
Oh, it's 3:30. So what are you going at 5?
I'm supposed to be on right now.
Yes. Oh my God, you're on.
You know
Take
what?
it away.
Screw them. I'm doing this instead. I told them I'm not going to do my.
You're
set.
like, I'm going to
just
go
gonna do
eat
this
some
interview.
vegan food with Julie Kramer. All right, let's hear it for kale.
Yeah, well, you
I
really
think
sold me
kale-
on this.
Yeah.
I don't have kale ever, so this is gonna
No,
be...
me either. Because you know what it is? It is weird looking, and it's a funny texture.
No,
Don't you dare.
Yeah, no, it's actually really good.
I have that weird reflexing. If you go, I go. You know, and it's bad. You don't want to do that. Certainly not on camera. All right, so you grew up in Texas, and where do you live now? Brooklyn?
Brooklyn, New York, yeah.
And so were you always like a kid that was sort of funny?
Not at all.
You just
No.
like funny people?
No, yeah. I started getting into funny people in my teens, you know. That's
Were you like a kid that nobody liked, so you sat at home and like watched comedians?
You're really reading me super
Yeah,
well
thank
right
you.
off the bat. Yeah,
All right.
could you tell from just my demeanor and face and the way I act?
It was your love of kale.
You know,
That did it for me.
you know, in my teens, you want to get real right quickly?
Go for it,
I
Martin.
I
feel like I know you.
I got a tumor when I was 13.
Really?
It ended up being benign, you know, everything's fine.
Where
I'm
was
doing
it?
good, but in my head, you can see a little scar above my left eye. It's very faded now,
Oh,
but it's kind of
like
there.
right
You
there?
don't see it? Yeah.
Right there?
Yeah.
Oh,
like right,
okay.
like right
And they
here,
went in
kinda
there and they
right
took it
there.
out?
Yeah, they ended up taking it out, and I had to go through chemotherapy, very light chemotherapy, like they kept
Oh my
telling
God, I
me.
feel so terrible now that I made fun of you. Jesus Christ.
Well,
Oh my God, maybe
The
that
only
should hit
reason-
me on the head.
I only bring this up other than the sympathies. For,
Okay.
I listen to a lot of comedy when I would go to these doctor's appointments. You know,
And you have
waiting
to
room,
sit
hours
there,
waiting,
yeah.
waiting with my chemo. You got the IV here, and I got my headphones here, and I would listen to the comedians, and they made me feel better. And I wanted to do that for people, other kids just like me.
Okay, hopefully not with chemo and spending hours in a hospital, but
you
just
know,
be a
they're-
funny guy. So did you practice? Was it something that you started like thinking of things that are funny and write them down?
Immediately, I'm like, I'm funnier than these
Yeah.
a-holes.
Yeah.
Can I? Is that too much? I'm sorry.
No,
I don't know.
knock yourself
I
out.
don't know how much. Yeah. What's the?
Anything goes.
Anything goes.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
Anything goes, kid.
I don't want to go that far.
Okay, well,
I don't want
you
to.
know, we can bring the kale. All right, so getting back to
Kale,
this, so
right.
you started writing stuff down. You were trying to be funny. Did you do like little shows for your parents and stuff?
I was just telling my girlfriend earlier. I remember this when I was like 5 years old. Me and my cousin, we did this little magic show for all of the family, and everybody hated it. And then so that stopped me from performing for like 10 years. I like bombed my magic show.
When
know?
you were like 5?
Like a 5-year-old. Me
and
and my
they
cousin.
said to you, "We don't like it."
No, they clapped.
You
but
have
you
a
could
terrible
tell, even at
parents.
5 years old, I could tell it was like pity claps. I'm
Oh.
like, you guys weren't really impressed with these Chuck E. Cheese tickets coming out of this hat, And for good reason,
Okay.
I guess I was very self-critical even early on.
So then later on, you're like, okay, well, I'm going to try to be funny.
And then, eventually, 10 years. It was probably about 10 years later, that I
And you did like open
started
mic
doing
nights
it.
and stuff?
I saw there wasn't really anything around where I was. I grew up in Brownsville, Texas. It's a border town, the most south you can possibly go in all of Texas and all of America. That's where I was from.
Okay.
No open mics around. I listened to podcasts and stuff, which told me go to like a bigger city. But I was in high school, so I had to just go to these bars, and like sometimes they wouldn't let me in.
In high
sometimes
school?
I could sneak in. Yeah,
Yeah.
in high school, my dad would drive me to just watch me just bomb again. He's like, "Wow, it hasn't changed since that magic show."
Yeah, yeah.
And just that's where I cut my teeth, just learning how to entertain a bunch of like drunk people who hated me.
Well, I guess it would give you a very thick skin.
That's
because
exactly
if you just
what it
kept
did.
bombing over and over and over again,
Which
before
I did,
you know
which
it,
I did.
you've got like an armor. You're like, go ahead, hate me.
I was so lucky. And now that I'm in Brooklyn, I'm like, oh man, you guys are the easiest crowd
Yeah,
of all
you fit
time.
right
You're not
in.
going to throw a bottle at me? Okay, cool. This is easy.
So I watched the Jimmy Kimmel thing.
And
It was so funny. I was barrel laughing to the point where like I was aching. And I've watched it now like 7 times.
Oh, man, me
and
too.
each time you're trying to get the hits up. I know you. So I'm helping. But it's funny. It's just so goddamn funny.
Thank you so
And I
much.
feel like people are talking about it a lot. So is this like that thing kind of now brought you up a little bit? Like, is that giving you sort of a springboard now?
Was a huge bump for me. I also did the Montreal Just for Laughs Comedy Festival like the month right before, and that's like a big deal in the comedy thing. So once I did that and Kimmel, that kind of shot me into all these meetings.
Oh, that's good.
I went to LA for like a week and just took meetings with all these cool people. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're gonna be a star. Everything's gonna be great. You're gonna be a star. You're gonna be a star."
You win.
And then
like when? Where do you
sign? The week after, I was, just back in my job, my day job, just working there.
What is your day job?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. That's fine.
If it was interesting, I would not be here right now.
Okay, right.
This is what I want to do.
All right, so we
we
have to just get you to we got to get you back on Kimmel.
Yes,
you got to do some more of that late night TV.
I'm working on that kind of stuff. I mean, this is great right here. I'm doing Bonnaroo in a couple weeks. I'm having the time reaping the rewards right now.
Yeah,
man.
the festival
And then when
circuit.
things start slowing down, dying down, I'll call up Kimmel and be like, "Please let me out again.
Yeah.
Nothing's going well anymore."
I definitely thought that was very funny,
Thank you.
and I felt like the crowd really loved it, and
Hot crowd.
it had a really nice flow to it. And as you kind of, I don't want to give it away, so you got to go watch Martin Urbano, and
Please
go
watch
see
it on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, and then. But you kind of hit back to things, and it was just that reinforcement thing that's super funny without giving anything away.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I love doing callbacks. I love stuff where if people are really paying attention, you catch more stuff, and that's why I think it's good to watch it multiple times. So
Get
you
the
can
hits
catch
up.
things that you may have missed the first time.
Well, that I think it's true, but I also liked how you presented it. So, anyway, I think you're super funny. Thanks for
Thank you
having
so much.
salad with me.
Oh, please, this is incredible. I hate vegetables, and you convinced me.
All right, look at
Now I'm
that.
not going to die super young. This is great.
Let's hope you stay for a long time. Brought to you by Miller Lite and Dunkin' Donuts. We're indie617.